Hello everyone, welcome to another video by the Ancient Trader. Today was the expiry July the 14th. As you all know from yesterday's video, I did not hang around to trade for this day as the CPI inflation data was due. As you all know that the CPI inflation data in USA was around 9.1% and the expected was 8.8%. But it was quite surprising that USA market was quite volatile, and then I expected somewhere around 2-3% of gap down in Nasdaq, but it didn't happen. And surprisingly, that Indian IT sector had a really positive returns today, and it held the markets high. And also the banking sector was good, and there was no increase in the VIX also. If we have a look at the VIX chart for now, in a 1 day frame, we are in a VIX level of 18 point something, which is almost equivalent to what was the VIX level in the January before the war started. So looking at this case, I do not see any big concerns, but yet we need to make the strategies so that in case if there is an increase in VIX due to any bad news or good news, that then we might see a crazy up move in the VIX, and this might affect the option premiums for an option seller. So what I try to do is I try to avoid getting too close, and I target mostly on lower profits. So this is my fundamental, that I don't go and look for the similar kind of profits. And last week profits was around like 40,000 on a Nifty. On a safer trade, that was around 1%. And then I had a HDFC July trades, which I had squared off around 5.85. So I'm considering it for this week because I'm pushing it into my archives. So that was around like 48,000, and currently the profit and loss statement is showing around 61,000, and previously on the expiry of 7th of July I had a profit of 21,000, taking it to currently an MTM of 82,000 for this couple of weeks, so which is quite good. And I would be happy if I'm able to end around 1.5 lakh, as this is a passive source of income for me. And today what happened is this, that when the markets opened, I was expecting a close of around 16,000, but surprisingly there was some sort of sell-off which came in the middle, and the market tested around the all crucial support of 15,850. So having a look at this, so then there was a buyback. Things doesn't look good even with the FIIs, as they are continuing to sell. The FIIs figure currently indicates that they are on the sell side, and probably they might be increasing. Today's data is yet to be out, and so far in half of the July month they have sold 9,000 crores, so which is still indicating that the worst is sort of not over. And what I heard from other sources is that they are holding an 81% shorts in the futures. So that's one reason I would keep my trades on a safer level. Coming back to the usual parameters, the markets are exactly in the same place what we did for last week. So last week I had created a range of 16,700 and 15,200, but since the market is having a bit of negative news, what I am trying to do is trying to keep a market cap at 16,500, because I see a lot of resistance points from now, and the market needs a really good significant news to up more, and that could come in form of an HDFC Bank result which is due on Saturday. So based on this and the portfolio, what I wanted to target is around 20,000 for next week. So this is the kind of trade I sort of came with. I executed this trade during my working hours when the market was around like 15,900. So I sold a 15,000, bought 15,800 for the July series and 16,000 PE sell. As you all know that I sell around 1:4 quantities. So combination of straddle, this triangle, as well as the long straddle. So with this already I have a profit of 0.23%, and the range is around 15,150 as discussed and 16,543. I would be willing to increase this when market goes above 16,200 only. Till then I would be pushing the PE side in case of an up move, and in case of a down move I would still wait till 15,500 is taken out or something like that. So coming back to tomorrow expectations, I see that if it is staying within the same range or of plus or minus even 1%, I see a profit of 9,000. I do not see any drop in my profits, but the goal is that I tend to trade for the Monday. So if it stays within this range, and probably I'm hoping that it would be within 15,700 and 16,250, which is the highest, I would be making 20k, which would call for an exit for a low VIX strategy. In case what happens if the VIX increases for some other reason by 10% and it stays within the same range, it gives me around 30,000 or 25,000 depending on how I move, and this should be quite considerate as well. So this gives me an advantage of a calendar spread. So let's see if the VIX increases suddenly by 15% and I expire within that same range for the July the 21st, then you would see that the profits would still be around 30,000 in this trade, and weekly profit might touch around 35. So that's a good news for me. Let's hope that there is no significant move by the market, as it might consolidate again. I plan to close this Bajaj Finance for next week, so that would be around 6,000, and that would call for an exit. And I hope that the HDFC Bank would give good results on Saturday, and I have executed a 1340 PE, 1340 PE at this price, and in case the market goes below 1320, I would be willing to take it as a delivery, because I missed an opportunity of buying this. So I would accumulate this either in cash or in futures. If not, the market goes up, I still end up making around 9,000 rupees for this month. So considering all this, the month is going good, and I'm a very conservative trader, so I would plan to finish off this month also with somewhere around 1.2 1.3 lakhs, which is quite sufficient for me. Since it's a passive trading, I do not like to take a lot of risk as well. So with this, I would like to close this week video, and I'll come up with next video tomorrow explaining if there are any changes and how does my trade looking like. Thank you.